Culinary students. Today is Thursday, November 12th, and this is Miss Danielson checking in with you to make sure you get your directions for today. So, here's what you need to do, just like we've always done when we're in class. I need you to open up your Canvas, go to our modules, find our agenda for Thursday, November 12th. All right, once you are there, you are going to see that our agenda is today we will explore further into the world of pasta. Yay! So exciting. So, your first couple sets of directions, let's get these taken care of. So this first one says use the link to open up your set of questions for today. So you're going to click on this link and it's going to take you into your questions. Now, what we've done before is you can use the link here to bring the questions up, or you can use this little pop out to also open your questions. I just love the little pop out, so that's what I keep sticking with just because it's something fun and new and I like it. So, what's going to happen then is it brings up your set of questions to be answered today. And in this mode, we can't really do anything with this document. So remember, we're going to come up to the top. We are going to click on the drop box where it says open with Microsoft Word. And I'm always going to advise you select Google Docs, because if we click on Google Docs, it's going to open up the questions and then save into your Google Drive. And my opinion is Google Drive is pretty reliable at holding onto your stuff. Like I said yesterday, it's not something that's going to just mass delete everything that you've put into your Google Drive. So it tends to be in a pretty safe spot. So let's go ahead and keep it there, since this is something you could use when we take our test next week. Any of the information on here, it is free game. So please make sure you're doing your part and get your information filled in to make that test a little bit easier for you and then result in a good test score. So this is your set of questions. I'm not going to get too deep into this because we have one more step we need to do to find our answers. So I am going to go back into Canvas. I'm going to go back to modules so I can get to our daily agenda. So I'll scroll down. And now I'm going to get back to November 12th. Okay, so now it's telling me use this link to go to the Webquest that will hold all of our information for today. Okay, so I'm going to click on that link. Now, what I see up at the top is I've got my Webquest link and then I have my questions right here. Keep these two things side by side so you can bounce back and forth as much as you need to. All right. So when I'm looking at the Webquest, I can see there's different tabs that are going to hold information for me to answer my questions. So think of this like a virtual textbook. There's just a couple of these tabs that we're going to use because let's be real. When you use a textbook in class, you're not going to read the whole textbook and do all of that reading in one day. That's just too much. So we're just going to pick apart the pieces that we need to get our information. So think of this as, yeah, we're just going to pick out a couple of the pages to find our information. So which one do I click on? Yeah, that's a really good question. Well, let's go back to the pasta questions. Okay, so up at the top it said learn more about pasta by exploring each of the links associated with resources on the PowerPoint slide. It's the Webquest slide. So I can see this first set of questions is titled Pasta Nutrition. Okay, let's go back to that Webquest. Is there a tab on here that you can see right now that says Pasta Nutrition? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. There's a tab right there. Oh my goodness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that tab. And now I'm into a website that's going to give me all kinds of nutrition information. Now it's kind of, what I want to say. It's just kind of the basics here, but if I'm needing more, just click on this little explore button and then it's going to give me a little bit more detail of what information it is that I might be seeking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my questions And I'm just going to see, okay, what am I looking for? I'm going to use this Webquest and maybe I need to go back. Maybe I'm seeing like, oh, it's talking about something with like calories. Okay, well then maybe click on that little explore tab and see what it tells you here. And then you can use it to fill out your questions and your answers, okay? So you just kind of keep clicking back and forth between these two things. All right. Now it's a matter of how do I answer these questions, because if you look at the directions, it says read through each of the statements below and highlight true or false for each statement. And then if a statement is false, you're going to highlight the part that makes it false. So what I've done is I've given you an example to kind of follow along. So, true or false? Pasta is part of the dairy food group. Well, here's the thing. I would hope that we do not need a Webquest to know that pasta is not part of the dairy food group. So clearly, this statement is false. So, what I did then was I highlighted the word false and I went up to my little highlighter option, and then I'm just changing it to a highlighted color. And you can pick whatever you want that color to be. Okay, so that's the first step. Now, if it's false, I have to make sure I'm highlighting the part of the statement that's making it false. So what I did was I highlighted dairy, and then I just went back and I just chose my highlighter color. So I now know this is a false statement because pasta is not part of the dairy group. It's part of the grains group, okay? So then my answer is done, and I move on to the next one. So I would look and see pasta can help give us energy. And then I'm just going to highlight true or false. And again, if it's false, I would highlight the word that's turning the statement false. Now, here's the interesting thing. Yes, I have the Webquest that I can use to answer my questions, but I also have yesterday's notes and the information that was shared in those video slides. I'm going to bet there's a good number of you out there that you're going to look at some of these questions and you're going to know the answer just because you were participating in class yesterday. So you've got the Webquest if you need it, but you can also fall back on knowledge that we picked up on in yesterday's discussion. So what I'm going to do with my Webquest is I'm going to get it back to that screen that shows me the tabs. Because now, when I finish with that true and false section, I have this part that's called colorful pasta. Okay. So I go back to my Webquest. Is there anything here that says colorful pasta? Why, yes, there is. So I'm going to click into colorful pasta. And if I scroll through this information, it's going to start to tell me what turns pasta different colors. So I can see, oh, green pasta, red pasta, black pasta, yellow pasta, speckled green pasta. So there's some examples there. So now it's just a matter of looking at my questions and what ingredient makes pasta green. Okay, well, I come back to the Webquest. Green pasta. Oh, I could use spinach puree. Ooh, that's very exciting. Or maybe some Swiss chard leaves. Interesting. So then I just go back into my questions. I can click on where these lines are and I could say spinach. That would work. Or I could say, well, it also said those Swiss chard leaves. Okay, well, I could say spinach or Swiss chard leaves. And then my answer would be complete. Okay, so that's how we'll finish or fill out the colorful pasta part. Then the last section you're going to do is cooking pasta. So I go back to the Webquest. But I'm stuck on this page. That's okay. Remember, just click your back arrow and it's going to take you back to the Webquest. Okay, do you see something here that says cooking pasta? Why, I bet you do, and here it is. So you're going to click on cooking pasta and give it a second to load because this one will have a video that you can access to get your answers. And it's going to be this video right here. And you might have a couple commercials to get you to the information. That's okay. Just be patient, but you can watch the video to get your answers. Now, if you are finding, this video is going too fast for me, well, here's the thing. You have absolute control that you can pause the video when you need to, and then play it again when you're ready for more answers, and then pause it and play it and pause it and play it, and just go through as fast or as slow as you would like to. Now, if the video is still too much and you're like, oh my gosh, I just can't get this. Okay, well, guess what? You can scroll down and just keep clicking no thanks on some of these pop up boxes. But if you scroll down, hey, look it, here's the steps right here. Oh my goodness. Huh. So if I'm looking at my questions, step one, there's a blank there. Well, look at this. Step one, it's in boldface font. So I can take these steps. I can just type those in, and then I have some follow up questions that I can answer using either the information that's following, or again, I've got this video up at the top that I can use to get my answers. Okay, so that's how we'll answer the cooking pasta section. Now, the very last question I have for you down at the bottom is pasta versus noodle. And this is not going to be found in the Webquest. I'm going to have you do just a simple Google search, because we've talked in class before that oftentimes if we don't know the answer to a question, we have technology at our fingertips, and a lot of us are going to just do a basic Google search. So what you'll do is open up a brand new window then. You'll go to Google and just simply type in what is the difference between pasta and noodles. You are going to get lots of different results, okay? So it's up to you which ones you would like to look at, but based on what you find, you're just going to tell me what would the difference between pasta and noodles be. If there is a difference, great. Tell me what that difference is. If you are finding websites that say, no, there's no difference, okay, well then tell me that, okay? But that's what you'll do to get through your questions. So I'm hoping that's helped walking through how this is going to work. If you get stuck, please feel free to email me your questions, and I'll be taking a look at my email periodically throughout the day tomorrow, which is now going to be today if you're watching this. And I will get back to you with those answers as soon as I can. So have some patience if it's not like right away, but I will get back to you with those answers that you have. Your other option could be you could maybe find some people in your class, or if you have some friends in one of the other culinary classes, you can kind of put your heads together and maybe work through some of these questions together. I know that in a couple of the classes yesterday, when you had the option of logging off, well, instead of logging off, if you would like to stay logged in and maybe use the chat to talk to one another and try to come up with some of your answers, you are more than welcome to do that as well. So I hope this goes well for you, and we'll go over some answers on Friday. Yes, I will be with you on Friday unless something really crazy happens. It's 2020, you just never know. So here's the thing. If it's a real struggle, email me. If it's too much of a struggle, just hang in there and wait for me on Friday. I will be there to help you out, and we will work through this together. So remember to breathe, do what you're able to do, and we'll just go from there. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing what you came up with your answers for this set of questions. And also, just quick reminder, you do not need to submit these to me. This is just for you to hang on to, so you have this to use for your test. So no need to submit any of these answers. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a good day.